Hey, great morning, great morning, great morning, great morning. It's Wednesday, you guys. We made it to the middle of the week. Yay! I hope everybody is excited as I am to be awake today and alive and knowing that we have one more day to continue fulfilling our purpose. Today, in the background, it's called Soaking into Heavenly Sounds Instrumental Worship, and that's on YouTube. So, oh, you guys, how's everybody doing? Today's title is going to be based off of a devotional that I'm doing, and it's called Finding Your Way Back to God. So I know, Jody, you were supposed to be doing your blogs. I know. But today was just one of those days so far where I really needed to re-examine my faith. Not in a negative way. I think we should be constantly re-examining our faith, because when life happens, we have to be in a good enough place to where we don't allow the things in life to take us away from where we're meant to be. And I've definitely done that. So this spoke volumes to me, and I decided that I would read it to you as well. So drink your water. I'm going to be teaching a workshop today. I'm teaching people how to go from employee to business owner. And it's something that I really struggled with for a really long time. But I'm finding that because I really struggled with it, and because of all the work that I've done and the people that I've had around me, because that's super important, I've been able to now empower others to step out and really become who they're meant to be. But in that, it's a huge mindset shift. And so I have a couple of these workbooks today. I'm excited. And it's not a lot of people right now, but it will be. And I'm just truly grateful. So I want to just start this off just saying, Lord, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your mercy and your grace and constant forgiveness. Lord, thank you for waking us up today and letting us know that our purpose has not been fulfilled because we are still here. Lord, thank you for continuing to propel us forward when we don't know which way to go. Thank you for clarity. Thank you for having the ability to keep going even when time seems so hard. Today, I want to curse anxiety and depression and trauma in your name, Lord. Take those things away from all of us who are experiencing those things in our lives. Lord, help us see more through your eyes. Help us see our purpose. Help us value ourselves. Help us stay away from things and people that don't serve us. Lord, I know I come off track a lot. Lord, I just ask that you pull me back to the center of the track every time I steer off course. And Lord, I just ask that you don't let me go too far. These things I ask in your name. Amen. So again, this is called Finding Your Way Back to God, and this is day 1. And its title is There's Got to Be More. It says, do you ever have the feeling that you're chasing something in life that won't fully satisfy you? Pay attention to that feeling. It's from God. We're not just talking about substance abuse issues, although drinking and pursuing other addictions are certainly ways of crashing something futile. But we've also known a lot of good church people, quote unquote, who sit in a service every week or who preach from a pulpit to those people who feel themselves to be far from God. They're successful or put together or righteous on the outside, but they're missing God on the inside. They keep busy with religious practices and work, school, and family, but it just isn't enough. They long for God to feel real to them. I can definitely say, I'm going to stop for a second. I can definitely say that that's where I can find myself a lot. I tend to ask God a lot, like, I know you want me to be able to do more, but I need to be able to have the financial means to do more. And so I just keep asking him, like, which way do you want me to go? I know that I can change lives on a massive level, but what is that going to look like? And so what I've learned is I just have to keep planting the seeds and watering them and watering them and watering them. And I know that if I just stay on course, stay where I'm at, stay around these people who believe in me, I know that I'm not going to have to worry about anything anymore. But it's hard to keep that when you're not seeing it. So when it says longing for God to feel real, that kind of hits home because I find myself doing that sometimes where I'm just like, Lord, where are you? Where are you right now? I'm looking at my bank accounts, but I know I'm doing good in the world. Where are you? But he is showing up. It's not necessarily going to look like what I want it to look like. And it's not going to be as quick as I want it to be. But if anything, that has humbled me so much and allowed me to be the light for others and allowed me to speak on the fact that as long as we just don't quit, I know that it's going to come for all of us. It says that longing is this first spiritual awakening for all of us finding our way back to God. There's got to be more. It says when you long for a love that is deep and satisfying, when you want to give yourself to something that will truly make a difference, or when you seek answers to life's most difficult questions, you are looking for God. You really got 2 options. You can keep searching to fill these longings on your own, or you can look to the one who gave you those longings in the first place. Our longing for real love goes all the way back to how the human race was made in the first place. God intended that we experience his love both directly from him and through others we relate to in a healthy way. What we long for, God doesn't just have, but actually God is. He is love, and he pursues us with love. We've heard it said that every man who knocks on the door of a brothel is really looking for God. If you are knocking on the door of some self-destructive behavior or relationship, you might actually have arrived at an important point in your journey back to God. Why? Because the disappointment you inevitably feel in cheap substitutes will make you wonder where you can find real love. Will you open yourself up to letting God fill your longing to love and be loved? And here's the question: what do your activities this week suggest about what you think will satisfy you? Ooh, I don't know about you guys, but that really hits home. 1 John 4 says we love because he first loved. What do you guys think about that? What are some of the things? I mean, I can definitely think a lot about this, and I'll probably do some writing after this, but I can definitely think of, what are my relationships saying about what I desire? Every relationship, not just some of them. What are some of my behaviors? Are they self destructive, or are they going to propel me forward? It says the disappointment you inevitably feel in cheap substitutes will make you wonder where you can find real love. I gotta read that again. Wow. There is more. I firmly believe there is more. And we will find ourselves back, we will find our way back to God, because He doesn't leave us. He doesn't leave us. He doesn't forget about us. He doesn't forsake us. We forsake ourselves. We make choices in our lives that keep us from getting closer to where we're meant to be. We sometimes keep people in our lives who pull us off course. Yesterday, I had a conversation and I said, I gotta stay here on this path, right? I gotta stay on this path. So everyone else just has to filter in, filter in, filter in, filter in. And if they don't, I have to be careful, because I will tend to go over here to help someone. But sometimes when we come over here, we go so far over that it's very difficult to come back. So we have to be very careful. We have to examine every conversation, every relationship, every person that we come in contact with. Is it taking us off course, or is it filtering into what we are already doing? Think about that today as you go out into the world. And you guys, this is not to make anyone feel worse about themselves or any of that. I mean, I'm literally talking to myself here. I promise you. But we have to become aware of what we're doing and people we're around and conversations that we're having. We have to become aware of those, because if we don't, it's going to be really easy to go off course, and it's going to be a whole lot harder to come back. And I've been there, and it wasn't that long ago. 2021 was a very big wake-up call for me. I mean, 2019 was, but then so was 2020, but 2021, oof, that was a big one. So today is the end of June, almost. We're almost there. We're almost to the end of June. And this is something I'm really glad that this is the subject matter for today, because it's something that we really have to remember to do more of, the sitting still. It says, pray morning, noon, and night. God's hope. Psalm 55, verses 6 through 7 and 16 through 17. It says, oh, that I had wings like a dove, then I would fly far away to the quiet of the wilderness. But I will call on God, and the Lord will rescue me. Morning, noon, and night I cry out in my distress, and the Lord hears my voice. It says, I doubt there's a mom alive who hasn't occasionally wanted to escape the quiet of the wilderness. I've certainly had the desire to escape from the noise of crying infants, the messiness of a toddler's diaper, or the inconsiderate attitude of a teenager. When we feel overwhelmed, it's healthy for us to express those feelings to God, just like the psalmist David did. David, a man who was very close to God's heart, called on God morning, noon, and night. And God hears us anytime too. When we're looking for answers, we have to be willing to just sit still. I had a situation come up recently where, as an author, if there's anybody out there who's an author, you know this too. You get all kinds of companies calling you, telling you what they're going to do, what they're able to do with your book. But here's the way I look at it now. And I won't say it's perfect because I actually have a situation I'm in right now because of a decision that I made too fast. I'm going to learn one of these days where I have a few $100s that I'm supposed to give by tomorrow. But the Lord has not provided that. So I'm kind of stuck in this place of, is this really what I was supposed to do? And I sat on it. I didn't make the move quickly, but I still don't think that that was the right move. So that's where I'm at right now. And so that's what I say, like, I have to pray a lot more. I have to really just understand that what I think is going to help isn't always going to help. And, we get thrown off course because people offer certain things and the shiny things, right? Like, but it's not necessarily money. It's, I have this book and I know it can help a lot of people. And I really would like for it to get out more. And I had this opportunity to allow that to happen. So I'm just going to have to continue to pray on it. And if the money shows up tomorrow, I know that it was meant to be. So we shall see how this goes. Pray for me, you guys. I will pray for you as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do pray that everyone has a very blessed day. I hope that this has helped you in some way, shape, or form. Definitely have to turn the mirror around a lot, and this helps me. So I'm grateful to be able to share it. I don't always know how each morning is going to go, and I don't know how pastors do it because, I guess it's kind of like when you're doing a workshop and you plan out what you're going to say and things like that, but you can have your key points and still be able and still end up going, the Lord takes over and you talk about other things and situations and things like that. This morning I got woke up by the dog, a wonderful dog. She's down here sleeping. And so I was taken off just a little bit from waking up as early as I wanted to. And those things just happen sometimes. And so I really just given myself grace and knowing that I'm going to do my best when I get on here. And these videos are not going to be for everybody. And that's okay. They're for me. And they're for those of you who are watching and those of you who are sharing. And that's all I got to worry about. And at the end of the day, it's really just all for God. So as long as hopefully I'm making him proud. And I hope that my mom is proud that she's watching over. And everyone else that's up there. the things that we go through in our lives can bring us to a place that we never imagined being. I never imagined I'd be teaching people how to leverage an online system, me and my non-tech savvy self. I didn't know that I would be utilizing the mindset chapter in my book to help people get out of their own heads. So it's been a very interesting journey and one that I am embracing. But it's not easy to accept all the time. But here's the thing that we have to really understand: we are meant for more. And getting there is going to be very uncomfortable. And that's okay. But that's why we have to keep ourselves around other people who are doing uncomfortable things too. Because if we get around people who are just being comfortable, then we're just going to go right back to being comfortable, and we're never going to get to where we desire to be. So I saw that one coming. I hope he said bless you. But yeah, so with that being said, go crush the day. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Be amazing. Be who you're meant to be and take everything in stride. Have a blessed day.